What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Q. It's Big Friendly. This is Real Spit. Welcome to day one. Let's get it.
And what was that? What did we talk about last night, Joe?
Oh, this no jumper bullshit.
All right, so we're just gonna. Okay, so fuck it. I guess you say we're just gonna jump in the fire with grease pants on. I'm down with it. Fuck no jumper.
Giant Panda Fly. It's not, to me, it's like this. Look, like I said last night, it went from Adam interviewing, hip hop artists and delving into the world of hip hop. Now all of a sudden, it's this petri dish of gang politics and people coming up there to fight, people fighting on the show. You know what I mean? Yeah, it gets a lot of views, but somebody's going to end up getting shot. Somebody's going to end up getting killed over some dumb shit for views, and Adam's still going to make money.
I think when you break down, okay, first of all, like I said last night, I don't know much about Adam 22. The first time I ever seen him was with the late Wack, who used to run with YB. And I seen him interviewing him in the backyard of the house he got killed in.
Right.
But I never knew who Adam 22 was. And then, like I said, I started watching, shout outs to Milk 74. You the man. When I started watching Milk's show and I started seeing his interviews with other YouTubers and podcasters, I seen his interview with Adam. Well, let me rephrase that. I didn't see his interview with Adam. I saw the incident him and Adam had. Then I went and seen the interview to see what led up to that.
You mean him blowing up the no jumper and telling Gilligan to come outside and catch his fade?
Yeah.
He called him Gilligan.
Gilligan 22. Or Adam 16. You also call him Adam 16.
Well, here's my deal, man. Like, Adam's not a street dude. You know what I mean? Like, early on, he looked it before he grew his hair out and shit. And he was bald. He looked like he just pulled out of the penitentiary.
Was that what he was going for?
I have no idea. But that's what, like, when I first saw him, you know what I mean? You would, like, he didn't look. He had the look.
Yeah.
That like he'd been around.
He passed the look.
Yeah. He looked like a wood, basically. And I think that's probably why he grew his hair out, because all he's interviewing is, mostly just black entertainers, black rappers.
Black gang members.
Black gang members. You know what I mean? You can't. And you know what I mean? Growing your hair out can only do so much for you. You're gonna look like it either way, but it's amazing to me that, and I guess people chase the paper, people want to get their shot. He's giving some people their shot, but at the same time, he don't care what happens to him. He's constantly stirring that pot. But see, I don't feel sorry for Brick Baby at this point, because like, how did you not know that? Look what happened before y'all came on. You know what I mean? Like, again, he might be cool with you, he might like you, but when it comes down between you and his paper,
that name
you ain't
alone,
shit.
That name alone, I have nothing personal. I have nothing personal against Brick Baby. Nothing personal towards the man.
Me neither.
But being from the projects and the hood I grew up in was called the Bricks. And just to see the way this man tarnishes that name, and I don't want to get into politics because I'm not. I'm so far removed from that. I'm not into gang banging no more.
But we can have our opinions on the situation.
But I'm saying, as a person who came from gang banging from the 90s into the early 2000s,
it's all different.
Everything they're doing is amazing to me. I mean, talking about shit that you're not supposed to talk about on the internet, looking in the cameras like, yeah, I ain't gonna discuss it, but I'm gonna say this what happened. Like, just like if I'm watching YouTube, I'm sitting at home somewhere in Northern California, I can watch anything on YouTube anywhere. So if I can watch it, the DA can watch it,
yep.
The feds can watch it, the
and
CIA,
and
they are. So when I see people like,
well, my thing is, like, at the end of the day, it's his freedom. He wants to fuck with. If he wants to fuck with his freedom and threaten people's lives, like I said, man, it's just some of the shit that goes on up there. I don't respect. Like we talked about when him and Sharp, like punked that white super fan, and it was like, yeah, dude was a clown, but he wasn't a threat. He wasn't aggressive. You know what I mean? He stood up because y'all were threatening to beat his ass. He was trying to walk away. He wasn't trying to get up and you want to jump up, but I don't see you jumping up on there. Nobody else.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Nobody.
That's what I was gonna say. I've never seen
like if you look. If you're gonna do it to him, you know what I mean. If you're gonna tell him, if you're gonna sit there and this dude who's obviously not affiliated, he's obviously not in the streets like that. He's just trying to get on in the internet. You know what I mean? He may be goofy about it or whatever, but like he's not. He's actually there as a fan of yours. And from the jump, they treated him like shit. From the jump, they were talking shit. Why? Because they knew they could. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You weren't so hot to talk about you want to get your ass whipped, you know, when DW Flame said the wrong thing. Not even a little bit. Not until people pressured you, and then you talk shit behind his back.
Then what was his? No. Rewind. We ain't gonna let him. Fuck that. If we gonna jump into the deep end. That nigga said, sorry, but he said he didn't trip because he didn't think no one heard it. So you're admitting that you'll let someone diss you if nobody else hears it.
But you want to, like, you know, intimidate some white dude who's a civilian.
It's not even about a white dude.
No, but that's my thing.
I know.
If you're gonna be that dude, be it with dudes that are just like
that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Don't be that with dudes that you just think you can.
That's what I'm saying.
I hate that shit. That bully bullshit. Like, you know what I mean?
Bully ball. The whole thing was, Sharp is a chump. I don't give a fuck what. Hey, I'll tell you right now, Sharp, who I am. Big Friendly from Northside Long Beach. You a fucking chump. You only talk shit to women, and you only run your mouth to dudes you know won't flex on you. You and that soft mortar nigga baby. I'm telling you now. You guys only run your mouth to people you know you can run your mouth to. So at the end of the day, if you that tough, stop talking about you putting murder squads. Nigga, go catch that fade.
Chill, Quill.
No, yeah, but you understand what I'm saying, man. Like, I got homies. I lost homies in this shit.
Down with it.
Joe, you know, I got homies I lost in this shit, man. So when I see people out there constantly saying I'm a dead homies, I got dead homies who died in this shit.
It's like, I mean, dude, even Cowboy said, which dead homies are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
Because you're talking about my friends. Like, you know what I mean? You don't put that shit on everything. You know what I mean? It has to be serious. It has to be some real shit.
It's like
to be like on the dead homies. You know what I mean? But again, we come from a different time. Now it's just more lingo than it is anything. You know what I mean? He might have dead homies. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the dude. I don't personally have a problem with him. I don't respect some of the shit I'm seeing online.
I don't personally have a problem with
none of them. Before all this, I really didn't have one opinion one way or the other about them.
I don't have nothing personally against them. I do not respect their get down. Like, look, if you want make your money how you want to make your money, I'm not knocking no one's hustle. Make your money.
Yeah.
Me personally, you know us, we work, we got jobs, we do what we can do, we got our hustle. That we're trying to hope this internet thing is a side hustle, but we got jobs. But when I'm watching stuff and I'm watching dudes claiming to be something, and then when I watch how they move, I'm like, okay, I know I'm old and this is not my generation, but there's got to be some of their homies who are looking at them the same way. Like, why are you moving?
You would think, but at the same time, like,
I guess discipline ain't in the hood though.
There's always been knuckleheads, man. There's always been knuckleheads. But it's like if you're gonna roll like that with everybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, don't pick and choose who you're hard with. You know what I mean? Like, if that's the person that you want to be, that's the person you want to portray that shit, no matter whether it's the punk white boy fan or the hardest Crip blood essay in front of you. Like, always do that. Don't half step it.
Right.
Like,
I would say
if you're gonna be that, be that. If you're not, don't. You know what I mean? If you're not about that, don't be about that.
I don't think it has anything to do with. But at the same time, if we go by evidence, I've only seen Sharp really get out of pocket with women and do what he thinks he can beat up. Yeah. Because when that Whack 100 shit popped off, whatever his name is, Whack Booty in the Air, Internet Man, when Whack 3 Finger booty was in the air, when he wanted to see you Sharp, you niggas did a skit about a fight. So obviously, you ain't a man about your word. So when I see you,
I don't think for a second Whack wouldn't have taken that. I think Whack would have taken that fade.
Whack would have beat the shit out of Sharp.
I don't, you know what I mean? Like,
and Sharp knows that too. That's why Sharp wanted to have a skit. You wanted a skit. Action. Cut. Go home. Wipe the makeup off. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying, man. So being that, once again, like I said, I don't I want to make this perfectly clear. I have nothing personal against them as men. I have a problem how they move. It's like, once again, homie, I have daughters.
Well,
no, like you have a daughter. Absolutely. I have daughters. So do you think if I'm sitting somewhere and I'm seeing some man talk to my daughter like that, nigga, I'm outside Joe's house waiting for you. I'm not gonna get on the internet. I'm not gonna call no kill squad. I'm not gonna call no armies. It's gonna be big friendly sitting outside Joe's house because how you disrespected my daughter.
I'm not gonna call the kill squad.
I'm gonna call the kill squad. Nigga, you need someone. That let me know right there. If you gotta call somebody, you ain't nobody.
Threatening to call the kill squad on Poetic Flacco. You know what I mean? Like you need to kill. Like you can't even catch that fade.
Nigga,
you know what I mean?
Nigga, call the kill squad.
Dude, I'm not saying that you're fuck anything, but you ain't a gangster. You ain't out in the streets like that.
Nigga, you kill squad on a third grade spelling bee champion. That
right? Like, do it one more time. I'm gonna call the kill squad. Like, calm the fuck down, man. Like, somebody force feed this motherfucking medication that's not illegal.
If anybody,
you know what I mean? Thorazine, Seroquel. You know what I'm saying? Elephant tranquilizer. Do something to this motherfucker because he's gonna get somebody hurt.
That's the sad thing.
You know what I mean? That's like somebody's gonna get hurt behind this that don't deserve it.
But that's the sad thing because Brick Baby's talented, Sharp is talented. They're not talented people. That's the sad thing. Like they're so talented, they don't need that. I don't know the word because when I look at
all that extra shit.
Yeah, when I look at Brick Baby
extra shit,
and I listen to him talk, the man is highly intelligent. The man has something going for himself. But why you wanna? It's like this is what I don't understand about gangs. When we were growing up and we were doing stupid shit back in the 90s, it was to get away from it. Everything we were doing was to get away from it. Like, not to disrespect the hood, but to always go back, but like, man, I want a better life. It seems like nowadays these dudes have options to get away with it, but want to stay in it. And then, unfortunately, like Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace.
What you have to understand, though, what's making them famous is the hood shit.
You
get what I mean?
Yeah.
Could they have gone a different route? Maybe. You know what I mean? Like, again, I don't know enough about most of these dudes other than what I see on the internet. And what, you know, that may be completely different from what you are outside. But that's what people see. You know what I mean? When you on there, you know what I'm saying, everything on the hood, I'm a Swiss cheese, cars, and all this, talking about I'm fighting cases. Why are you trying to be the police? Dude, you're being the police on your fucking self.
Fighting cases. And that's nothing.
Like that. This social media shit with these young dudes and snitching on themselves, just
dry.
It's like watching the first 48 every day, all day.
I told you about that.
That's why I can't watch that shit because I'm sitting there like, just shut the fuck up.
I told you. Shout outs to Chirac, a dude who has a thing where he talks about all the Chicago. Now let me tell you something. Them Chicago rappers, they're not rappers. They're murderers who rap. I'm convinced. Because when I watch that Chirac stuff, please forgive me if I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just bad with names. You're going to learn that about Big Friendly.
Yeah, he's bad with names.
I'm bad. I get lost in translation. But I was watching that, and there was this one gang, and I think I told you about this, that they were hitters. They were steppers. They made their own social media. They made their own social media like TikTok, Instagram thing, just to get on there and talk about their murders.
And dude, we're in a different day and age.
Hear me out with
that's
this.
What I'm saying. Like that.
Here's the crazy thing.
Crazy to me.
Everybody who went on there who got a murder, who went to prison, all snitched except one person. The leader of the hood was the only one who went down with the ship. Everybody else. So that's the thing. It's like the police didn't need witnesses. They went on that YouTube shit or that social media thing, and once again, only the killer knows certain details about the murder. So it's just sad, man, that these guys are throwing their lives away.
The point is, it's like, you know, they're willing to throw their lives away for, you know, 15 minutes of fame and a little bit of cash. And yeah, I mean, I get, you know, like better than anybody, dude. Like when I was younger, I was all about the quick money.
Yeah,
all about, you know what I mean? The quick, easy come up, not work, but put in work to get it. But, you know, as you get older and you realize, like, I have nothing to show for none of that. None of it. To this day, all I have to show right now is, you know, depending on who knows what about what, I might still have to look behind my back over some shit.
Right?
You know what I mean? I don't know. But again, it that comes with age and maturity. I wish I would have matured quicker. You know what I mean? But it also made me the person I am today. Like I'm a much smarter, wiser, way more streetwise person than, you know what I mean, I was, fresh coming out of juvie. You know what I mean?
But once again, age comes wisdom. Wisdom comes with age. So once again, when I see like that, like gone to the wayside is the big homies. Like growing up in the hood, when you have a barbecue or you be out with the homies, you always had that older homie to be like, to let you know when you was moving wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, homie, you out of pocket.
There was two types, man. There was the types that would lead you the right way, and
the ones that would lead you astray. See, like me. Like, I guess I'm fortunate. Like, just a real quick little 2-second bio. I'm big friendly. I grew up in North Long Beach in the Carmelitas Projects. So I grew up in the projects in the 80s and 90s when drive-by shooting was you waking up every day and brushing your teeth. It just was going to happen. It happened. It didn't matter. It was life. So growing up, and I seen these OGs out there selling dope, doing their thing, and now here I come being young. I'm trying to get in the mix. Yeah, I had homies like, hey, homie, fuck with me, I'll get you the homie deal. But then I had the other homies like, the other way. Yeah, then I had the other homies.
Not everybody's got that.
I know. Then I had other homies like Sam, OG Pep, who were like, nah, little nigga, stop doing, you fucking up, do your comedy, do your football. What the fuck are you doing? Get out these streets. So like I said, you're always going to have, but good thing is that Sam and Pep were closer to the family, OG Sam and Pep, so they were around the house more. Right. So I'm listening to them more because they're the ones taking us to go to the hood football games I told you about, buying the champagne, buying the weed, buying the beer after we won, but they're taking us up into Compton, into Watts, into Inglewood, and we're playing hood on hood football games. Back
in the day, man, people used to get together at the parks.
But that's what I'm saying.
Football.
That's what I'm saying. Hood. We played. The Bricks versus the last game I think we played was the Bricks versus the A-Trays. Like that was the last game we played. But I'm saying like it was like that. It was like Brick Boys versus A-Trays. Now naturally, you know how it is in the Carmelitas. You had dudes from East Coast. You had dudes from Raymond. You had dudes from Pocket Hood, Carver Park. You name it. So it was all of those with the Bricks playing against A-Tray, Trag New, playing against these football, and these were hoods, like hoods. And you know how it is. It's the hood players playing and all gang members watching.
Right.
So, but it was a good time. Barbecuing, music playing.
But see, again, like things, shit like that still probably goes down at certain points. But it's more like all that shit that people used to talk amongst each other about, you know what I mean? Like, oh, fuck so now they're doing it on the internet.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Know.
And it's, you can't hide from it no more. You know what I mean? Like your shit is up there in the cloud. You know what I mean? Like you can't be like, I ain't say that. Oh, really? You know what I mean? That you can't do it. Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
And that's what I was telling you about, and I'm not going to get into it. We won't get into that because once again, that's politics we don't want to talk about. But like I was telling you about the interview that Brick Baby did, and he gave his little bio, and Cowboy, once again, shout outs to Cowboy from 60, shout outs to Milk 74. They basically used his words against them. Now you mad, but homie, these was your words. So now, unless my English teacher I need to sue, because I don't understand words and definitions. Like
again, it comes off like he's trying hard. He's trying too hard. Like you're trying to prove something. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be this dude. You shouldn't have shit to prove at this point. You know what I mean? Like Flacco pulled up his net worth, and it came up as the dude Flacco the white boy that he threatened. No, black dude from No Jumper, big dude with the stutter.
Well, I wasn't gonna know what that is.
Like I said, he's a civilian. He ain't you know what I mean? He ain't or anything like that. And he looked up Brick Baby's net worth. The net worth online was like $4 million.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you tripping on some hood shit? Or even like again, like, do you? But like, you're doing too much on video online. Like
that's exactly
like if you're sitting there crying about these cases and shit, but you want to come the next 2 or 3 days in a row and make motherfucking death threats. It's all over YouTube. I've seen it in like 4 different spots, and I wasn't even looking for it. So
seen it on different platforms. If I see it, the Los Angeles County District Attorney has seen it.
I goddamn guarantee it. So
you better be lucky you ain't fucking with Gil Garcetti no more.
And it's not like he did shit to me. Like, I'm not mad at you. I got no reason to be for anything. But I'm just like, bro, you got $4 million net worth online. Now, whether that's underrated or overrated or over-exaggerated or under, who knows? If you got $1 million behind it, you want to sit in jail and use that on commissary?
Show by the brick, baby. Get your head out the bullshit, man.
I'm like, I just don't get it. You know what I mean? I guess it's the haves and the have-nots. You know what I mean? Like, I have not, so I don't get it.
But once again, we also got to look at it like this. And once again, no disrespect to them or whatever, or speaking on their name, because homie, Brick, everything I say right now, and right where I'm sitting right now, homie, I'll say it to your face anywhere, because I'm not afraid. I'm a man, and I stand 6'5", 360 pounds, so I'm not nervous of no man. So when I see men floss on people, it's a bully tactic. I've been bullied. I got bullied being little. I always wasn't big, so I understand it. So now when I see a bully, those are the ones I want to fight. When I see women beaters, those are the ones I want to fight. Because I want to see if you're that tough when it comes to a man, or if you're that tough when it comes to someone who measures up. Mike Tyson. Why is Mike Tyson the baddest man walking the planet? Because he'll square off with anybody. Did he not demolish Mitch Green in the club?
Oh my God! And in the ring.
And let's give a little history lesson right now. Mitch Green was a fucking gang leader when Mike Tyson put hands on him in the club, and Mitch Green was with his boys in the club. And Mike didn't run. Mike didn't back down. Mike beat the Jerry curl out of his motherfucker.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mitch Green's Jerry curl was so wet, right? Tyson in the ring, Tyson hit him so hard,
it made the first 3 rows have a Jerry curl.
It was dry. He walked out of there with just frizz.
The first 3 rows of people had a Jerry curl.
Mike hit that boy. Mike hit that boy.
Please Google
Mitch. Soul death shot.
Please Google Mitch Green after the Mike Tyson bar fight. Just please.
Oh, his face.
I'm just trying to tell you.
His face looked like a honey bun.
Oh my God, was it split in so many different places? And that's what I mean. We call Mike Tyson the baddest man on the planet because that man will fight anyone, anywhere. Jake Paul, I got nothing but respect for you, baby.
I say this with the utmost respect because I have a lot of respect for Jake Paul.
Yeah,
Jake Paul,
I do.
You really are working to become a real boxer. Like you put in the work and
yeah. Let's get the clap.
That last knockout
for Jake Paul. I see you, baby. I see you.
That last knockout with the uppercut.
Oh, it was clean.
Oh, it was clean. That was a clean shot.
It was clean.
But don't piss off Mike. Don't.
You don't want to be the. You don't want to be the dude on the airplane.
Like when Mike fought Roy Jones, it was an exhibition. Mike was doing everything he could to not go to the head. He was just.
Did you see Roy holding his body after in the interview?
He didn't want to hurt Boy.
And what Roy say? Nah, I ain't trying to do this again. Mike wanted to. Roy didn't want to.
Mike, because Mike has nothing but love and respect for Roy. I'm pretty sure Mike has nothing but love and respect for Jake Paul. You've seen them on videos.
Yeah, of course.
They do their little thing. Jake's a showman. That's what he does, man. That's how you sell fights. That's why he's making so much money. But don't make him mad. Don't make him mad.
Hey, Mike Tyson.
You see how he's still just.
Hey, Mike Tyson.
Oh my
God! Is the embodiment of
like that hurt me.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me if I'm angry.
Oh my God!
No.
That's that man. Like you know what I mean? Because he's one of them people. Like he can go from jovial to 1,000-yard stare.
My most famous. My best Mike Tyson.
Woo.
My best Mike Tyson memory was the Sphinx fight. God rest my father's soul. This is when
all I remember is everybody was super mad because they spent that money.
So listen,
and it lasted like 30 seconds.
Man, Private Team Miss kicked in quicker. Didn't take.
I'm telling you.
So my dad, God rest his soul, my dad was a big Sphinx fan. Like, because, my dad was Muhammad Ali and Spinks and all that. My dad was old school. So my dad was going for his Spinks' son. I want to see Spinks win. So my dad ordered the pizza because there was a boxer on that undercard back then called Christy, the coal miner's daughter. That was the female Mike Tyson. That bitch was bad. No disrespect, Christy, but you was a bad bitch because she sparred with her husband.
Yeah,
she sparred with her husband.
She had them paws.
Yeah, she was.
But so I remember the dude my mom was fucking while her boyfriend was out at sea. Message. I remember I was like 13. I want to say 13 or so, and I was like, I was super tag along wannabe. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't like the look of me. He didn't like the talk of me. He didn't like any of that. You know what I'm saying? And he got drunk, and he lost money. He bet somebody, I don't remember how much it was, but I remember he was mad because he paid for the fight, and he lost money, because Tyson destroyed him. He walks out there, ding ding, boop, 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 boop.
Dude, back then, the undercard lasted longer than the Tyson.
Oh, dude. They were so mad. So dude tried to fight me that night. Oh. This and that, blah, blah, blah. So 13-year-old kid.
Yeah. So my dad, so Christy Martin used to always fight right before Mike Tyson. That was always the fight before Tyson.
You know what? Now that I think about it,
she was always the fight before Tyson.
I haven't thought about that in years.
She was always the fight before Tyson. Only girl fight on Mike Tyson's card, every fight, was Christy Martin, the coal miner's daughter. And she was the undercard right under him. Now, they announced Christy Martin. My dad calls the pizza place, and once again, this is the 80s, so it takes 30, 45 minutes.
The fight is over by the time the pizza got
so yeah, my dad's like, gonna order during the Christy Martin fight, because this is gonna go at least 7-8 rounds.
No.
Christy knocked the chick out in the second round. So then, that was when they first started doing the little hype videos before the main event. So they showed Mike Tyson and Spinks and all that. So I think my dad felt good. But then when the Tyson fight started, the fight was over. Pizza still ain't showed up. I remember my dad was like, well, let's go rent some fucking movies. We went and rented movies, came back. Pizza still hadn't showed up yet. So my dad looked at my mom. He was like, Maji, with that Louisiana accent, Maji, no more pizzas for the Tyson fight. We're eating pizza now, watching movies. So, but that's what I'm saying. Back then, it was a family event. You, your friends, your mom, your dad, the neighbors, everybody came over for a Tyson fight.
Everybody didn't order it.
No, because exactly, that's when cable first started coming around.
It was $35. $35
remember back then? No, he was on HBO. He was HBO Boxing.
Yeah, but it was still pay-per-view.
Not back then.
Yeah.
Because we used to get them. We never paid for them. They were always on HBO. I thought, or Showtime Boxing.
You didn't start getting those HBO Showtime Boxing where it was free on HBO Showtime. That wasn't until the early 90s where they started doing that.
Because I remember the Sugar
Ray. Still all pay-per-views, all those big Tyson fights, up until the first time. Remember when he first got out of prison? I remember because I first just moved out here. Little Joey was a newborn. Was it Volta? No. It was somebody right. It was before him. I want to say Bruno. I think Bruno was the first one he fought when he came because it was live on Fox. It was a free fight. It was live on Fox, and I remember watching that with Erica's stepdad and little Joey on my lap, sitting in his bed watching that in his room, watching Tyson beat the brakes off of Bruno.
Was it Bruno?
I'm pretty sure it was Bruno coming out. Francois Boda, I know for a fact, happened when we lived at Pioneer.
Because he said, watch me knock out Mike Tyson on Falcon Cable.
Yeah, Tyson overhanded his ass. That motherfucking knuckle sandwiches for about 3 seconds and killed him.
Killed his career with that overhand.
Yeah, that was the overhand that time, huh? Yeah, that's right. He caught Boga over the top.
Wow! Yep. And it was over.
That's right.
Lights out, Irene.
That's right.
He got it with that overhand.
Well, I'll never forget when the bites happened because we watched at Richard's house.
What?
When he bit Evander Holyfield.
I watched that with Mary Jane.
Okay, I was at Richard's house.
I know.
So I remember he bit him the first time, and I'm like, they let me go? Yeah. They're really letting this fight go. Mills Lane is like they really are letting this fight. This motherfucker's ears have gone,
and he was pointing too.
And you could not see it.
And you see Tyson spit it, and he was like showing him on the ground when he spit it out, like it's right there.
And then of course, 2 minutes later,
bit him again.
Bit his other one. I remember Evander was like, "Son of a bitch." But and then they call it. I'm like,
now
both ears.
Now listen, I'm not condoning what Mike Tyson did, but watch that fight. Evander kept headbutting him, and Evander kept hitting him low. So once again,
no, he was.
Now
he
once
was.
again, I'm not condoning what Tyson did.
Which is probably why Mills Lane let it go.
Thank you. So here's the thing.
But I'm still like,
here's the thing. The retaliation they always catch. He was headbutting Tyson. Tyson said it a couple times.
No, he said it famously after, like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go home to my chair.
Yeah, because he kept headbutting him. You see that?
Headbutting me? No, he was busted open
from headbutts. Yeah. And he kept getting hit low. So that it's like at the end of the day, it's like this, bro. Are we fighting? Okay, fuck it then. You want to be like that? I'm not gonna hit you low. I'm not gonna headbutt you. You want to lock up? I'm gonna fight the shit out you. So Tyson, once again, we're talking about Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet. I'm not gonna do what you do. I'm gonna take that shit to the next level.
If I'm Jake Paul, I'm wearing that wrestling headgear that covers your ears.
But you see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, he was headbutting. Mike Tyson said, "Okay, I'm gonna take this shit back to Catskills, New York. Catskills, New York. I'm gonna bite that shit out you."
Yeah, no,
you keep headbutting me. You want to hit me low?
I remember Richard was so mad he paid for that fight. He was so mad.
I was at Mr. and Mrs. Howard's house with Mary Jane, Faye's mom, and watching that fight. And I just remember like watching it and thinking like, I was mad because I was like, why ain't they started deducting points for this dude headbutting and hitting low? Like it was like that was one of the dirtiest professional fights I ever seen in the modern era, where they were just letting one guy do some shit.
Big money. Nobody wants to call a fight over that. It is what it is. At some point, when people start losing body parts, you got to call the fight.
I still remember Riddick Bowe, when Riddick Bowe went to go visit Mike Tyson in prison. Riddick Bowe. And when he came out and they interviewed him, he said, "Keep him in there at least until I lose the title."
Real spit.
Like real spit. Because when Tyson came out of prison, Tyson was, oh man,
he was on monster mode.
You see that look in his face when he would just be standing there looking at people, and his eyebrows had them devil points. I remember though, man. I mean, for him psychologically, he grew up in the system. No, I know.
You know what I mean?
Like because he met Muhammad Ali in that group in that prison or whatever.
No, he cussed him out.
No, he met Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna switch gears. Oh man, it's still the same, but just watching the other night. Have you seen Muhammad Ali's grandson?
No.
He's a beast.
Is it Layla's son?
I'm not sure which daughter's son it is. It might be Layla's son. I'm not sure. It's he's like a super light skinned dude. Mm-hmm. Probably I'm thinking like he's like a middleweight, welterweight, something like that. Skills. The boy got skills, dude. I'm just watching him like, wow, like that's
what is it? See, here's the thing though. Because here's the thing, though.
I'm trying to remember his name.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like...
Nico Ali, his last name is... he's got, like, a regular last name. I can't remember it. I want to say it starts with a W.
Well, you've seen
Walsh or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure I'm wrong. But anyway, I just watched the little thing. I was like, oh, Muhammad Ali's grandson boxes. And he's a professional boxer. He's got paws.
Got hands.
Dropping people.
His grandpa.
Oh man,
greatest of all time.
So I'm like,
with that. I mean, he was the only man who told you what round he was gonna knock you out in. Right?
It's just like I said. I think it was at one of those Jake Paul fights in the undercard. Well, I was telling you, Willie McGinnis' nephew. They said it was Willie McGinnis' nephew. Lightweight, middleweight, something like that. Like, that boy got paws. He's a bad little dude, man. Like
Willie McGinnis, his son?
No, it's his. I think they said it was his nephew.
Willie McGinnis had hands too.
I don't want Willie to hit me.
Willie McGinnis is he's a big man. I remember
anybody hit me.
Well, here's a funny thing. Like here's a funny thing about that. Like just thinking about that now. Like my sister's going to school with Willie McGinnis and Michael Carter and all those guys from Poly back in the day, and and a couple guys made it famous. and like seeing Willie at the Long Beach Poly High School games when we would go with Daryl Hurd. Shout outs to Daryl Hurd if you're out there. Love you, man. You're the one who got me into boxing. Try to keep me out the streets. I appreciate you for that. Going to see like those athletes like before they became famous and watching them in high school, seeing them in college, seeing Willie McGinnis 2 weeks before the draft at the Long Beach Poly Crenshaw College championship game. We lost to Crenshaw that night. We had James Brown, we had a few Long Beach Poly had some players, but we ended up losing to Crenshaw that night. You know what I'm saying? But like seeing Willie there and watching him and Daryl conversate, because him and Daryl played together in high school. Maggie was a cheerleader with him in high school with what's her name?
Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz.
So like to see them back then and to now see them today and be like, dang, I remember seeing Cameron in high school at the games, cheerleading, didn't know who the fuck she was. But my sister, when the cheerleaders would come over, Jennifer and all them and stuff, and then like Willie McGinnis. So like now seeing his nephew, the next generation, it's like watching your sons or watching my daughters. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a trip. How life goes from different areas, and now we're in that era of like Marvin Harrison Jr. and all these guys that we watch. I know he is, but we watch their fathers when we were growing up playing sports, watching their fathers. Now
it's weird. It's like watching a bigger version of his father. He looks just like him. He's just bigger. He's like 6'4". Yeah. What was Marvin Harrison, like 6'1" at the most?
But Marvin Harrison was like what, 210, 215?
That's what he built. He was in good shape.
I know, but his son's like 225, 230.
That boy's a monster.
That's what I'm saying.
He is a prototypical NFL.
That's what I'm saying. He's like he's a Megatron body type.
Well, no, Megatron was like 6'7". I'm saying,
but okay, not height, built,
but built.
Shoulders, the chest.
He ain't gonna get pushed around.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. He'll be able to get those 50-50 balls. Yes.
He'll be good. Like I would love to see him in silver and black. It ain't gonna happen.
You don't think so?
Fuck no. Ain't no. Dude, the first three picks are gonna be quarterbacks.
I'm gonna say it right now. I think
and Arizona ain't trading out of that.
Is DeJuan Jackson from Florida? Is he from Florida?
I don't know who that is.
I'm saying it right now. He's gonna have a better rookie year than Caleb Williams. We're going to go to the tablet to get the information right. I think it's DeJuan Jackson, DeJuan something. Quarterbacks in NFL draft this year. Quarterbacks in the NFL.
Jalen Daniels, Drake May.
American football quarterbacks frequently mentioned on the web.
Okay, Michael Penix Jr.,
Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, and others.
His name is DeJuan Jackson. Hold on.
I've been watching
quarterbacks in the NFL draft
I've never
this
heard
year.
that name. I guarantee you got that name way fucked up.
I'm sure I do, Joe.
Bad with names.
So, give me 1 second. Scouting combine classes. Oh, they don't even got him in the top? Really?
Again, I don't even know what you're talking about. Jordan Travis from Florida State?
No.
I've never even heard that name you said.
Jaden Daniels. I'm sorry. Jaden Daniels. I'm bad with names. I apologize, Jaden. And
I literally just said his name.
I'm so sorry. But I think
Do you know why? Because Jaden Daniels was recruited to Arizona State by Antonio Pierce.
Okay.
Antonio Pierce, he was at our last game of the Broncos. So, yes, I knew who Jaden Daniels is.
Okay, my bad. Jaden Daniels.
You need to work on that.
I do. I'm bad with it. It's going to happen a lot. Get used to it. But I think Jaden Daniels is going to have a better rookie year than Caleb Williams.
I would agree. I think it really depends on where he goes.
And I would like the Rams.
Just like everybody. Just like Caleb. I mean, again, the Bears are putting together a team for whoever is behind.
Tagovailoa's brother's coming out, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maryland, right? Yeah,
Maryland. Maryland. You from Maryland? Yeah, Maryland right there. And then I like Sam Hartman. I would love the Rams.
I know you like Sam Hartman because it's Notre Dame. To be honest with you, I mean,
here's
Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams, they're going on the first 2 picks.
Come on, Rams. He's right here. Is Michael Penix Jr. Rams? We need to grab him to back up Matthew Stafford. I love you, Matthew. You brought the LA Rams a championship. You beat the fucking 49ers for us, the fucking bastards. But we need Michael Penix. Come on, McVay. Come on, Snead. Michael Penix Jr. Don't listen to the Raider fan. He over here talking about he want Bo Nix. Give him Bo Nix. Talk about he would take
slap your big ass. I done it before. I'll do it again.
They want Bo Nix over in Las Vegas. We want Michael Penix in LA. Bring Michael Penix to LA.
I just want a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I hear you.
No, I mean, if I had my way as a Raider fan, we'd move up and get Jayden Daniels. That's who I want us to get because I think Antonio will get the best out of him.
Oh hell yeah! Especially if he recruited him.
Yeah, no, he recruited him to Arizona State. He transferred to LSU when Antonio left Arizona State and came to the Raiders. So same thing with Jack Jones. Now he's a Raider.
Who's Jack Jones?
He's our corner that we got halfway through the year last year that had those 2 pick sixes, one against the Chargers and then one against
the one where he stared down at Mahomes.
Yep, against Mahomes.
Mahomes like, yeah, I'm fucking your girl. What you gonna do about it?
He has that swag. He's got that. He's from Long Beach Poly.
Oh, that's right. That is that kid.
Antonio Pierce was the head coach
in high school. That's right.
And
I went to Long Beach Poly. Jack Rabbit's in the house.
Jack Jones was at Poly with him. Went to Arizona State.
That's right.
Now he's in the Raiders.
That's right. Jack Jones did play at Poly. That's right.
He all the time in the world. He had some off the field shit. That's why New England let him go. And Antonio pounded the table and said, "I got him."
I'm gonna say this right now, and it's coming from a man whose mother, God rest her soul, was white. My best friend's white. My kids' mothers are white. You cannot recruit these people from the fucking projects in inner city and then expect these motherfuckers to come up like they grew up in the Palisades. It's not like that. You go to the projects to recruit these kids. You go to their homes. Then you get mad because this kid is exactly the talent you wanted from exactly where you wanted it, but it's off the field stuff. That's the type of shit that pisses me off.
And I'm not saying off the field stuff when it affects your availability on the field.
I understand that.
Then it's an issue.
But I understand that. But I'm saying,
as far as
like Randy Moss. I mean, come on now. Come on now. A fucking first ballot Hall of Famer, and you're mad because this dude smoked fucking weed when these fucking owners are snorting cokes and fucking prostitutes? But I'm saying that's why he fell.
You know what I'm saying? When he did the hit and run on the cop, that was a little bit too far.
But I'm saying.
It was like meter maid
or
some shit like that.
I'm saying, when they brought it up, they brought up his marijuana convictions and marijuana stuff.
But I mean,
once I know
where we've come now.
What I'm saying, you know what I mean? What I'm saying is
legal.
Like I'm saying. But then you look at the owner of the fucking Colts, Jim Irsay. This motherfucker got a pill problem and a drug problem, and you're gonna talk bad about someone who smoked weed, but meanwhile behind closed doors, you're doing 10 times worse. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that. I'm not condoning what they're doing off the field. That's wrong.
People talk about, and again, Deshaun Watson being the nasty fuck and asking for all that
nasty motherfucker,
asking for all that. But people forget the owner of the Patriots, Robert Kraft, had the same shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Maybe it wasn't as widespread because Robert Kraft probably doesn't have to ask for a happy ending most of the time. He's a billionaire. You know what I mean?
Excuse me.
If Stormy Daniels is, sucking off Donald Trump, you know what I mean? I guarantee you, Robert Kraft ain't having no problems with his extramarital activities. That being said, he was caught doing the same.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And nobody's making a huge deal out of that. Deshaun Watson lost 2 years of football because, you know what I'm saying, he's nasty.
That's exactly what I was going to get to. So thank you. You kind of helped make my point that these owners
are just as nasty a lot of the time.
It's always the people with the dirtiest hands pointing the finger. So when I look
that's why I can't wait for the whole Gruden thing to get resolved because he's not settling. He's refusing to settle. Oh no. The world's gonna know. What else? You picked me out of the pile. We're gonna see what's all in them emails, all in the messages. See, from all of these folks.
I don't like John Gruden,
but he got done.
No. Let me finish.
I agree with you. He got done fucking dirty.
I don't look it now. Okay, look. I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this. I'm not gonna say John Gruden's racist because I believe everybody behind closed doors has said some foul racist shit. That's just life. I've said it. He said it. We've all said it. It's life. But to pinpoint one person and say, you know what? We're going to use you as an scapegoat. Now, I don't know what John Gruden said. I know they released enough to make him look bad. To make him be inflammatory, make him look racist.
He made him look racist. He made him look homophobic.
Misogynistic.
All at the same time. And understand, most of the team was black. We had the only outwardly gay starting defensive player in the league.
And the Rams drafted
coming off the bench.
The Rams drafted gay. The Rams drafted Michael Sams.
Well, yeah, but his talent.
But I'm saying the first openly gay. I'm just saying the first openly gay guy. But that's all I'm saying.
Well,
But what I'm saying is though, here's my problem. John Gruden wasn't writing a memoir. He was conversating with people. So what the fuck were they saying? What were their responses?
No, that's exactly my point. There are other sides to
That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of, and here's another one they did. They did it on purpose. Because they were trying to get rid of old boy in Washington. So of course they released his shit. They were trying to get rid of him. The owner, Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder
is like any other multi-billion-dollar corporation.
But I'm saying
they're crooked. Maybe
not
all the way through, but like
Dan Snyder owned them, right?
Yeah.
The only people they put out was Dan Snyder shit and his stuff because they were trying to get Dan Snyder out anyway, and they were trying to once again, like I said,
but everybody didn't like Dan.
No, I know, but it was just more fuel on the fire. Like, hey, look, this is what Dan and Gruden are talking about.
Right.
But once again, like you said, they weren't all to Dan Snyder.
No. It was, again, there was a lot.
Exactly.
And it wasn't just,
it was 4,000 emails and text messages.
It was all the emails from that organization. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody who was contacting everybody doing it. So there was all kind of shit. There had to be.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
You would think that.
This is why, because Gruden knows. And he's like, he knows.
That's why he's like, no more Dr. Pepper trying to do a show.
We're not settling for anything.
Let me get the water.
I want to go to court because if they go to trial, they can subpoena all of that, and it becomes public fucking record.
You know what it's called, Joe. You know that one thing the lawyer asks for before you even go.
What, money?
No. What? I can't think of the word right now. When they ask for all the evidence.
Oh, you're talking about discovery.
Thank you.
Discovery.
You get discovery because you got to get discovery. I need to know everything. Trial, Thank you. That's what
you have the right. You have the right to see all the evidence against you.
You have the right to see what you're being accused of and who your accuser is. Mm-hmm. That's what the NFL is afraid of.
Yeah.
They don't want discovery to happen because now you have to hand over every fucking thing in your pot.
Everything.
And now we get to say, oh, guess what? Roger Goodell was in a conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, guess what? The owner of the Eagles was in a conversation.
They're going to do everything. They've been trying to do everything they can to stop
that. Succotash.
At the end of the day, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Man, John Gruden got him by the shirt and Corley's right now. Give me he can, and they're trying to throw every penny at him, and he's like, nah,
no, can't do it.
Can't do it. Won't do it.
Don't really have to do it.
I want discovery. I don't
envy the NFL with what they're going to have to bend over and grab their ankles. It just is what it is. They're going to get exposed and they're going to have to pay him.
But they deserve it.
Oh yeah, but again, they blackballed that man for whatever real reason it was. It not only fucked him up, it fucked up the organization.
Let's just be honest. John Gruden is a damn good coach. He rubbed people wrong.
Oh yeah, he was an asshole.
So it doesn't mean I'm not saying that. I'm just saying,
dude. Again, if you just he was a great coach. The team when he got fired was getting better.
I still think Spalaccia should have got a fucking job opportunity. Bisaccia. No disrespect, Mr. Bisaccia. I still think he should have got his fucking opportunity. With all the turmoil they went through, all the bullshit, and he got them to the playoffs.
And you see why? That's why, like Mad Max, at the end of the year, when they're all, who's going to be the coach? And he said, I think it was on his podcast or an interview with somebody else. They were like, well, if they don't keep Antonio, if they don't keep AP, are you going to consider, demanding a trade? And he said, if we don't keep AP, I really can't take anything off the table at this point because I don't want to start over again. Like we built something that second half of the season. That defense was the number one defense from when Antonio Pierce took over to the end of the year.
I don't even want to talk about defense right now.
You know what I mean? And that's what the pieces that we had at that point. Now we add Christian Wilkins in the middle to bolster that fucking defensive line. We re-signed Adam Butler. We re-signed John Jenkins. We got the rookie from last year, Tyree Wilson, who plays inside and out, and he was getting better at the end of the year. Malcolm Kuntz came on and gave us 8 fucking sacks. Now if we add a piece to the secondary to go alongside Jack Jones and Nate Hobbs, we got good linebackers. We got good safeties.
Q,
just a lot of depth.
if I call you my
And some
nigga,
offensive linemen. And a fucking quarterback.
Q, if I call
And
you
a
my
partridge in
nigga,
a fucking pear tree.
if I call you my nigga, it's because I got love for you. But right now, Aaron Donald just retired, and I'm trying everything to not cry on camera. Like,
That's a loss.
I call CBS Sports Talk Radio. I'm talking to Maggie and Perloff. Perloff is talking about that Chris Jones is the only D tackle that can get to a quarterback when the time is needed. So I have to bring up Aaron Donald. In that conversation, this was 2 weeks ago. He says, well, you know he's going to retire soon. So Perloff, what do you know that I didn't know? Because now I did that song for you, Perloff, and I'm a little bit skeptical that you know something, brother. You know what I'm saying?
No, you know.
I know you know, and now we know that you know that we know that you know Perloff. You know what I'm saying? So,
And then everybody gonna know.
yeah. So that just like when I got that text from Chris, and I'm getting texts from Ray, and I'm getting texts from Sarah and everybody, and I'm like, it was like the Kobe Bryant death. Like, don't play with me. Like, don't play with me. And then,
Yeah, I remember that day.
but no, well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, so Aaron Donald, I'm like, whatever, no. I Googled, sure enough, it's everywhere. Breaking news, Adam Scheffler, Bleacher Report. It's like, bro, I just watched a podcast, them talking about Aaron Donald just restructured his contract to put $9 million back in the pot. And he could have
It's a blow. It's a blow.
No, I know.
It's a blow. It's
But-
a blow.
Here's the thing, though. As much as it hurts, and man, it hurts, bro. It hurts. Because that's like, even the year after we won the Super Bowl, and the Rams were just,
Aaron Donald.
you said it.
Aaron Donald has been by far your best player on
So
that
listen,
team
you said
for a decade.
You said it. You said it the year the Rams won the Super Bowl. You told me when the Rams jumped out hot and then they went on that losing streak.
Mm-hmm.
Exact words. Tell me if I'm lying. Bob, if the Rams don't win this year, it's all for nothing. Next year, you're not going to be able to keep everybody.
Yep.
You're going to lose everything.
Well, because they had that. They had that whole philosophy. You know what I'm saying?
All in.
Those picks.
Push all. Fuck those picks. Went all in with the chips and won it.
And
the
they
first
won
team-
one, and it's worth it now.
So now
You
here's
know
the
what I mean?
thing. Aaron wanted to retire that year. Aaron wanted to ride out on the horse. But McVay and Stafford, not saying in a bad way,
No,
let's
they-
run it back.
run it
Let's run it back.
run it back.
They had a
And-
horrible year.
and, well,
Then they come back
injuries
this
killed
year.
The Rams.
Then they come back last year. They weren't supposed to do shit last year.
No.
And they won 10 games and went to the playoffs. So me, I'm thinking,
McVay's a hell of a coach.
here's what I'm thinking, though. I'm thinking, okay, I know Aaron Donald wants to retire, but maybe 1 more year, 2 more years, because you see what we did in the draft without first-round picks. You've seen what we got. The Rams organization.
No, they're not well.
And I know you see the Rams everywhere. I can show you Rams
Les
everywhere.
Snead's a hell of a.
I'm a
hell of
homer,
GM,
but not
too.
a Simpson. One thing I will say about the Rams organization, they know scouting. They know scouting.
You have to though. I mean,
I know.
a lot of teams take swings and misses, and you know everybody you
Cooper
draft.
Kupp.
Everybody you draft every year ain't going to be the hit.
No.
But there are players in the depths of every draft. In second, third day. I'm saying, like people forget Max Crosby was a 4th round pick.
Kobe Bryant.
You know what I mean?
Kobe Byron, our D tackle who should have won Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Brock Purdy was the last pick in the fucking draft.
Right. And plays pretty damn good.
And people say whatever they want to say about him. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah.
And as a
He might
Rams
be a
fan,
system quarterback, but he's in the right system.
hey,
because
as
the
a
numbers
Rams
speak for
fan,
themselves.
fuck him. But
Well, yeah,
as a football fan,
yeah,
that kid is fucking talented.
he-
So
he-
shut the
he-
fuck up.
He can shut the rock.
How many fucking first-round draft picks haven't got out the first round of the playoffs? This dude is Mr. Irrelevant, playing more relevant than anybody in the fucking NFL. Fuck out of here. And I hate him because he's a Niner. I mean, it's not personal, but it's personal. You know what I'm saying?
I hate Patrick Mahomes with every ounce of my being, but I mean, like, you can't deny you can't deny the talent. You can't deny what he's done to us over the last
once again.
7, 8 years.
Once again, you got to look at it like this.
But you know, everyone's like, oh, they got the formula. Every time we beat the Chiefs one year, you know, motherfuckers want to get cocky about it, and like we got the point. Like, let's not forget they're the back-to-back Super Bowl champions, so we have to find their number. If we have it, great, but don't get cocky about this shit because we don't have a Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? Aiden O'Connell is a good young quarterback. Is he the man?
Stop lying to yourself, Joe.
No, he's a good young quarterback. He got way better at the end of the year. Do I think he's the man? I really don't. Gardner Minshew is probably one of the better backups in the league. But is he the man? No. We don't have the man. So I can't be like, we're better than the Chiefs at this point. Now, again, Aiden could take a step. You know what I mean? He has the weapons.
Can I put out a public statement real quick?
Will he?
A public service announcement real quick?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. I was going to plead to Stetson Bennett. Please, Stetson Bennett, get shit straight, baby. You a great quarterback. We need you to come back to the Rams. It's a Georgia Bulldog taking over for a Georgia Bulldog, Mr. Bennett. Take care of your demons, baby. We all got them. We need you back in that blue and gold, the mounted horns of the Rams, baby. Take care of it. Come back to us. I'm telling you, Stetson Bennett is raw, bro. Now, I don't know what he's going through right now, but I know in college he had a little drinking issue.
Yeah, I know.
But bro, in the
he's still on your roster.
I know, but he's like inactive indefinitely. Like there's no like. He's like,
you'll see what happens in the the upcoming draft.
Sam Hartman or Michael Penix.
It might be a Sam Hartman because I don't see them taking quarterback in the first round. I really don't.
The Rams went out and signed.
Should they? Probably.
The Rams went out and signed the only porno football quarterback in the league. We got Jimmy Garoppolo now. Hey, at least he's closer to Simi Valley.
No, I'm just glad he's not a Raider anymore. I knew that was a bad move. Like as soon as we did it, I'm like, oh my God,
I really wanted the Rams to keep Carson Wentz. That's a big man right there. That's a big man who can run the ball.
He's a serviceable backup for sure.
Well, what I like about him is that
first overall. I think it was like third overall.
He was second. He was number 2 behind Goff.
He wasn't first overall.
But here's what I'm saying. When you see how he played with the Rams last year, and he played with backups for the Rams besides Puka, he still was able to move the offense.
Right.
I would have loved to see the Rams grab him, like re-sign him for another year, and put some packages in for him. Dude,
but they didn't.
No, I know.
But they didn't.
I'm not going to question McVay because I don't want to question him.
Lots of things. I think considering the Raiders don't have the ammunition, or even if we have the ammunition, nobody in that top 3 is going to trade out. They all need quarterbacks, and there's no more quarterbacks.
You don't know that,
I'm just saying, like the Bears just traded Justin Fields to Pittsburgh for a conditional 6th-round pick next year. Nobody else wanted him. The Raiders were in talks. We couldn't give them a conditional fit for next year. What the fuck?
And what the fuck is up with the fucking?
But that being said, our offensive coordinator is his offensive coordinator from last year in Chicago. So maybe it was just like he didn't want to play for him. You know what I mean? Who knows? But we didn't get him. So that means Chicago is definitely taking a quarterback at number 1. They also have the number 9 pick.
I think they go either D-end or O-lineman.
Probably O-lineman. If I'm them, I'm going
I'm
Caleb.
protecting my
I'm going Caleb, and I'm getting me a tackle.
I'm going my blind.
No, because one of the 2 top tackles will still be on the board.
You see what the Rams just did? We just signed an O-lineman. One of
that's what we need to do.
I know, but we just signed one of Detroit's Pro Bowl linemen from last year.
I know who you're talking about.
Jonah.
No, Jonah. Oh yeah,
Jonah.
I know who you're talking about.
But that's good because our offensive rookie we got last year fucking balled out. And then we re-signed our tackle.
It's a pretty deep track for offensive line.
Here's the thing, though. But once again, let's just be totally honest, bro. And I don't want to sound like, damn, this is going to sound real bad. And I don't want to sound ungrateful because I appreciate everything Matthew Stafford did for the Rams. Or done and can do for the Rams. I just don't see Matthew Stafford. We have to have a good offensive line because Matthew Stafford is a fucking warrior. That's the only man I know you will have to literally pull his fucking broken body off the. He's a Jim McMahon.
He's a tough dude.
He's a throwback to Jim McMahon and Jeff Hostetler, who played with a broken neck.
But even with that, you know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying we have to really sit back and say, okay, listen, how many more years of productive, great years can Matthew Stafford give us? Right? So now we need to look at either drafting a quarterback, or I thought Justin Fields would have been a great guy to sit behind Matthew for a year or two to learn that system with McVay and with those weapons and the run game the Rams have. You know what I'm saying? Like Matthew Stafford in Detroit, my cousin Mike, big Lions fan. We're going to have him on this one day because he loves the Lions. Matthew Stafford never had the complete offense in Detroit like he had in LA. He had Megatron. I think Matthew played 12 years in Detroit. 12 years, 13 years?
At least 10.
Okay, right. 300-yard running games. 3 games in his career in Detroit where the running back had 100 yards. First year in LA.
The only thing they ever supplied Matthew Stafford with was Megatron.
I know, but what I'm saying exactly.
That's it. Like so it was he'd throw for 4,000 yards and Megatron would have like 1,800 of it. That was it.
So now look, now he comes to the Rams. He got a Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley runs for 100 yards the first 8 games. He got a Cooper Kupp. He got a Robert Woods. He got Jared Everett. He got tight ends. He got Higbee. He got an offensive line. He never had that in Detroit.
You know, they had Odell Beckham Jr. They won the Super Bowl.
Dude, Odell doesn't get injured. That's the Super Bowl MVP.
He was balling.
Because they were so geeked up for Cooper Kupp, they had no answers for Odell.
And then after that, they had no answers for Cooper.
Because then Cooper knew. Once again, Aaron Donald said, big time players make big plays and big time. You know what I'm saying? So, and Cooper, they had no answer for him after that. And they were double and tripling him. And he was still making those catches in the window. That was a great run.
Yeah, it was a great run. But, you know, I mean.
But it's over now. It was a great run. Right. It's over now, though. But I don't care because, like I said, man, as a Rams fan, 1989-90 NFC Championship. Watching the Niners just decimate Jim Everett and my Rams. We only scored on a Mike Lansford field goal. And I just remember Kevin Green's face, and then Kevin Green left after that. And just to be able to watch the Los Angeles Rams beat the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship in Los Angeles. I waited 30 years for that.
Right.
Like, it would, like, when the Rams won in St. Louis, I was happy because the Rams won the Super Bowl. But I never felt like that's St. Louis's championship.
You know, right now, I feel like you're being real fucking insensitive.
Goddamn right.
I just gotta say, like
now it feels. When you're talking about signing D tackles and filling up your D line.
I'm a Raider fan. We invented that feeling.
Right.
What the fuck are you talking about? Crazy motherfucker. I watched my team get mollywopped in the Super Bowl in 2002.
Yeah.
Before that, I was a little kid watching the Raiders and the Redskins. Marcus Allen, that 76-yard run. Raider fan ever since.
Was that the first game you ever watched the Raiders? Or
the first game I ever watched?
The first year?
Like the first Super Bowl I ever really watched.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Just because the next door neighbor's dad watched. Because my grandparents really didn't watch the Super Bowl and nothing like that. So when we moved over on Rose, you know, next door neighbor Ryan, his dad John, you know, he watched sports, he watched boxing. That's where I watched Mike Tyson fights and shit. I remember the first Mike Tyson fight I watched at their house was Tyson and Bone Crusher Smith. And Tyson crushed his ass.
Yeah, crushed every bone in his body.
Yeah, no, we watched that over there, and it was, yeah, that was amazing. That was awesome. And shit, I remember watching the Redskins beat the Broncos 42-10, and John just constantly going on about, You don't understand. You're watching history. The first black man
Yeah, the
to play
Redskins.
quarterback in the Super Bowl and win the
It's
Super Bowl.
funny you say that because my Uncle Walt, you remember Uncle Walt?
He was just going on and on about it.
Uncle Walt. Like, I was gonna say that too. Like, growing up as kids,
and then we ran over to Jason Howard's house and made him cry
because they're Broncos fans. But now he's a Raiders fan. Now he's a Raider fan. As a grown man, was a Broncos fan our whole life growing up.
Hey. Better late than never, bro. You know what I'm saying? We could even use your ass. Oh, I'm gonna choose my words carefully because this motherfucker will like start blowing your phone up. You 6 cans short of a 12-pack, but I love you.
But no,
we'll take all. We need all the support we can get.
It's funny because I remember watching the
I don't know if I moved to Colorado and then turn into a Raider fan.
Exactly right. I remember watching the Super Bowls when it was the Niners and the Broncos and all that, but it wasn't until the Redskins and the Broncos because I remember Uncle Walt. My dad was there, my Uncle Walt was there, God rest their souls, and my Uncle Walt was like, we're watching history, right? Me and my brother were like, what? How's history? First black quarterback to start in the Super Bowl, first black quarterback to win the Super Bowl, first black quarterback to win Super Bowl MVP. Like, you don't think about it because as kids, you're not thinking like that. You're just watching.
Broncos that game.
Destroyed them.
They were running the ball up their ass too, but
the Broncos had no answer for that offense.
They had no answer for that.
No answer. And
that was Joe Gibbs, right? That was
Joe
Gibbs. Yeah. Joe Gibbs back then, even when he had his second run, Washington still had ballers over there. They still had a good offense.
He drafted Sean Taylor.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. That what he did to that punter in the Pro Bowl.
He was one of the last big hitters at safety while you could still do it.
He was a throwback to the Ronnie Lotts,
to the Rodney Harrisons,
the Steve Atwaters, the Chuck Cecils.
Steve Atwater.
Remember, here's another one people don't. Google Chuck Cecil. I'm telling you. Google Chuck Cecil. They don't talk about the man. The man, if you Google Chuck Cecil, the man retired because he said, they pay me to hit people, and now they're fining me to hit people. I can't play this game. Chuck Cecil. The man's highlights, you're going to walk away sore.
Yeah, no, I don't give a fuck. Ronnie Lott was...
Because Chuck Cecil...
heat-seeking.
Oh, of course he was. But Chuck Cecil, what people don't realize is because Chuck Cecil played for the Cardinals. It was him and Aeneas Williams were their safeties. And they were safeties like Dennis Smith and Steve Atwater and Ronnie Lott and his co-part. Like, they were like that, but they didn't get the airtime because they played for the Cardinals. Exactly. But Chuck Cecil, Google him. I'm telling you. Yeah. But it's a throwback to Mark Bavaro, the tight end for the Giants, who would go looking for contact. He didn't run out of bounds. Like, back when football was football, man. Like, nowadays, I understand you're paying dudes $500 million. They can't get hit like that. I can respect that.
Well, I mean, it's not. It's that, but at the same time, it's also, now that CTE is an actual thing out there, and players after their careers are fucking around and committing murders and suicides because their brain is all fucked up.
That's true.
So I get that part too. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like Junior Seau to do that. You know what I'm saying? His brain was all fucked up because he was out there delivering blows.
Killing me. Junior Seau. Yeah. Yeah.
Rest in peace. That man was a fucking beast, and I hated his team.
Think about that defense. Him, Dennis Smith, Steve Atwater.
No, they had that team.
We need to put together an all-time college defense.
The year they went to the Super Bowl with the Niners, wasn't that Harbaugh a quarterback? Who was that quarterback?
What year?
94. When they went to the Super Bowl with the Niners, and Steve Young
Humphreys.
Was it Humphreys? Yeah, okay.
Quarterback for the Chargers.
I know Harbaugh played for the Chargers, but
yeah.
I couldn't remember what quarterback it was. I know it was Steve Young, Ricky Waters.
Bobby Ross was the head coach, and Humphreys was the quarterback. I think it was Stan
I'll never forget that Super Bowl because me and Erica were down in
Long Beach.
We were in Long Beach, but we were at the fucking
hotel.
Yeah, but I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name of the hotel, but it was on PCH and MLK, like right there. You know what I'm saying? VIP Records was right there. right across the street, dude, there was like straight hookers in the motel. Dude, that's where I was on General Relief down there. It's General Assistance up here.
It was GR. You were on GR because I remember when you were like, yeah, they gave me the hotel bathroom.
I had to like sneak Erica into the room because it was like no business test.
Yeah.
But no, I still remember stayed in that room all day long and you know what I'm saying, did what teenagers do and fucking watched the fucking Super Bowl.
I remember when you guys came over to my house and she stayed in my room.
Yeah, we watched the Laker game.
And we went across the street to my job and watched the Laker game. That's when Eddie Jones did that reverse on David Robinson.
Yeah.
Elevating Eddie Jones with ice in his bones. I remember his commercial, I'm a swing man, therefore I swing. And they were showing him Eddie Jones, when he got on the court, he had the runs because he shit on everybody. Eddie Jones didn't care. That was my Laker, too. Eddie Jones, oh, that team. Nick Van Axel, Eddie Jones, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, those were all stars. On one team, they went to the All-Star game.
That's when it turned into a Lake show.
No, that was Showtime 2.0. Because if you remember, they had that one play.
That team was so cold, but we couldn't get out of the second round.
No, we couldn't.
Because I mean, dude, that year we had Kobe Bryant was I believe he was second year, but he had the most votes for the All-Star. He was a starter in the All-Star game. Wasn't even starting for the Lakers. He was like sixth man coming off the bench. It wasn't until Rick Fox went down, then Kobe got in the starting lineup and never left.
Yep.
And Rick Fox was a fucking beast. He just wasn't, you know, he hit a knockdown shot, but he would lock you down defensively and get those rebounds.
That was his thing.
But we had Kobe starting, we had Nick and Eddie
starting,
Shaq starting. And then I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Eldon was coming off the bench on the All-Star.
Yeah, because we had.
Did we still have Eldon at that point?
Yeah, Eldon Campbell was our backup.
Yeah.
Mama!
That was
Kiki. Mama! Kiki, rest in peace. Mama!
He just looked like that.
Mama! He was saying, yeah. And we had Samaki Walker.
Yeah, no, we had squad. And then when Phil Jackson came, and he started, you know, bringing in like familiar pieces. He brought in, you know.
No, he turned the Lakers into the Bulls 2.0.
Yeah,
but he said in Chicago.
That triangle offense with the dominant center.
I would never lose. He said in Chicago.
And if they didn't try to do too much that fourth year.
No, if Shaq didn't.
But no, they still bringing in Gary Payton and Karl Malone. They weren't. They
were over.
It was more like they were there for the ride. You know what I mean? Because they were at the ass end of their career.
I still love if you watch. One thing I love about Shaq is I love his interviews because he's so animated.
I think if we would have had some younger players, we would have been able to get with the Pistons.
When he said when him and Gary Payton played in Miami, he said Gary would be sitting behind Pat and he'd be like, that face. He said, I already knew. He was like, Gary ain't listening to nothing he got to say. Let me tell you something. Like it's crazy. Because when I first moved up here 27 years ago in the Supersonics with Gary Payton and Sean Kemp, the Deadlift Shrimp. I mean, that Sonics team.
Look at
they had
Nate McMillan.
Yeah. They had Johnny Newman in. They had some players. It was crazy. Like I just remember watching this. Like the Sonics was like that team. Like the Sonics was at that team. Like they weren't your favorite team, but you watched them because you knew Gary and Sean was gonna have you like, oh my! I remember wearing the Sean Kemp shoes in high school, buying the Sean Kemp.
Rain Man used to shit on.
Oh, Rain Man!
When I say that, I mean like just
the most famous one when he dunked on a boy from like.
And it used to kill me because like he'd get into the dunk contest, but he could never fucking complete a dunk because his hands were so small. The ball would but it never happened in the game. He'd do some amazing ass shit, but he could never keep the ball in his hand because for a big ass dude, he had tiny ass hands. Yeah, he couldn't palm the ball very well.
He was like 16.
Yeah, like Jordan is 6'6" and could palm the ball.
Jordan was famous for that palm to your face shit.
Kobe was the same. Kobe was built just like Jordan. He was built to be Jordan 2.0. He lived his whole life like that. Even though Kobe was his own man, he still. I mean, his game. Even at the end, the way he modeled his game with the fucking. You know what I'm saying, with the fadeaway, back him down and can't stop it. You see LeBron's picking that up now in his game, last few years.
I think,
you kind of have to, though. But LeBron's still coming down like a freight train.
Yeah,
LeBron is still coming downhill. Like there is nobody in the NBA better at getting to the rim than LeBron James. Why he jacks up a bunch of ridiculous threes is beyond. Sometimes he shoots them, and I'm like you're shooting that like we're up by 30.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I do.
the fuck, I get you're the king, you know. And if it goes in, you know, everyone, but usually when those are like clank.
Yeah, I fucking hate
or air ball altogether. Like I don't get it. And yeah, there are times it's gotten better this year, but like there are times when like he's so busy fucking complaining about a call or a no call that everyone else is down the floor, they're laying the ball up, and he's just like,
I'm not gonna,
don't change the fact it's gonna fail.
Like when I had a girlfriend who was a stripper, it never bothered me. It didn't bother me. I don't know what she was doing when I wasn't around. It's none of my business.
But again, that's you, and that was also you in a different part of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
that's true too.
I'm not a jealous person. There was a time in my life I was. And,
see, my thing was
it didn't behoove me. Like it drove me nuts.
My thing
I'm
probably
good with all that. If I have to worry about you, I'm in the wrong place. And that's how I feel about it. Like, you know what I mean? That if you have to worry about me, you're in the wrong place. and I know that sounds real simplistic, and you know every woman's a little different, this and that. But you know what? That's why I'm like, look, I don't act that way, so I don't accept those actions. So if you act jealous and stupid and make dumb accusations out of nowhere for no reason and make assumptions, like it don't take but like one time for me to sniff that. I've been down that fucking road. Nope, I'm good. I'm in the wrong place. Nope.
I'm just like
not doing it. Nope. I got PTSD. I'm telling you.
I look at it like now, to be honest with you, relationships aren't like even like saying fuck that.
PTBB,
like
post-traumatic bitch syndrome.
Right? Yeah, I got that too. Post-traumatic baby mama syndrome. But when you look at relationships nowadays, and I'm not gonna sit here, like I said, a father of two young women who are 26 and about to be 26, both got jobs, one working two jobs, going to school, no kids. I'm proud of my daughters. They're doing their thing. The day and age we live in, relationships don't have the value they had. Because nowadays, and that's everybody. It's men and women. It's not just women or just men. Everybody's looking for the bigger score, the bigger bag, the better thing. Like I watch shows, I watch YouTube, we watch this stuff, trying to set up for this and the other stuff. We'll talk about other shows later before we sign off. But like listening to how women talk now, it scares me as a man because it's like, damn, I make good money. Like I make good money, but I don't even make good enough money that they'd even look at. Like, no, I'm not, and it don't matter. I don't matter. I don't care.
No, I get it. But
I'm saying, like, it's
if that's somebody's measuring stick, like
then their stick is wrong.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying.
Don't measure me.
But here's what I'm saying though. What I was gonna say with that, I would love to see all these women who say a man has to have a certain amount of money. I'd like to see your bank account, because I'm guaranteeing you don't have that money you want that man to have. I just want a woman who just, hey, look, I'll pay the bills. I'll go to work. I'll do that. Look, just make sure my house is clean and I got some food. If you want to go out and do your thing, you want to work, that's cool. I get home first, I'll clean, I'll cook. I got no problem with that. But it's got to be a two-way street.
Well, that's exactly the thing. It's a relationship is pretty much a partnership. You know what I mean? Or it should be. Now, some people are cool living certain roles. Like, some women want to be housewives, want to stay at home with the kids and have a man provide.
That's true.
And, there are women like that. And then other women, want to, they got ambitions. They want, they want to have a career.
They want to stay home and be housewives like Sherry Panini.
But, again, it's different. Just like some men, you know what I mean? Some men, want to be that dude and don't want a woman to work and this and that. And other men are like, cool, do what you do. If you want to stay home, cool. If you want to go to work, cool. Other men are like, bitch, you go to work, come stay home. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's all different people. It's like, you got to find people that you're compatible with on a level that's more than just physical. Physical matters, but it's got to be more. Otherwise, it's just temporary.
Right.
Because those differences are gonna come out.
Oh, bad.
And sooner than later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, that's just, you know, from my life experience and the shit I put myself through.
Oh yeah, I'm knowing
crazy
that.
ass bitches. I'm just saying. I'm a flypaper for fucking crazy. Like,
oh, shit.
but you know, again, we live and we learn. I don't do that shit no more in my life. I don't argue. I don't.
Yeah, see, that's why, like, that's what's crazy. Like, the last few relationships I try to start, or whatever you want to call them, I'm not jealous. I'm not going to be calling you. I work. So I'm not, so like, I have
It's
women
not even,
tell me,
I'm not going to be calling you. It's like, I'm not going to be checking up on you.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm
Like,
not your father. So I'm not
your fucking parole officer.
Even with my daughters. My daughter's grown, and when she's like, Dad, I'm going to go here for the night. All right, sweetheart, just text me the address. That way, if something happens, I know where to start. And luckily, being me, who I am, people don't want me to show up to their door. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, not saying I'm somebody tough or anything, but when it comes to my children, you know.
I don't chase shit but my whiskey. That is about it. I don't chase you. If I gotta chase, why are you running?
I'm going.
That's my thing. Like, you know what I mean?
I chase my liquor. I chase money. I chase women. At least I'm consistent.
I don't chase any. I chase my.
I don't mean chase women like that.
I don't chase women, and I don't chase money.
I don't mean chase women like that. But
I get my money, but like, again, all money ain't good money. So, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love money. Like I was saying, we were saying earlier about Brick Baby and his bank account. Like, dude, you got millions, or at least you're worth millions. Like that, like, bro, like, chill the fuck out, man. Life could be much worse,
right?
You know what I mean?
Like
me. Like, I'm like, dude, like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's no limit on how much money I will take in life. I mean, not take, but like, like, I have no limit. Like, oh, you know, I don't want to be a rich. Yeah, sure, if I could be rich, I would. But all it would do for me personally. It's just now I don't have to worry about money. Like, I know my bills are paid. I know I'm fed. You know what I'm saying? I know my kids are good. I know all of that. It's not, you know, oh, I want to go buy a Bugatti. I know I'm gonna always have a running car.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know I know if my clothes or my shoes get tattered, I can go buy new ones. I don't have to go to Balenciaga and shit. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Balenciaga, we got Scully Mac apparel line. We will make sure to drop the link down in the bio, however it works out. Q will get it to you. We got the Scully Mac clothing line. So we got stuff too. It's coming. It's coming.
It's actually kind of already there. So if you really want it, there will be a QR code and a link in the description.
There you go. And
Zane got big on that bike.
It's funny because Jordan, I have a personal mechanic. My personal mechanic calls me. He's like, did your brother buy a motorcycle? I'm like, yeah, why? He said, because I thought that was him dancing at the gas pump. I said, yeah, that was my brother.
No, some things never change.
He straight said he's seen him dancing at the gas pump.
Yeah, that's Dave.
That's Dave. That's DC the Capital all day long.
Shit you not, dude. Hey, I have never gotten to Long Beach quicker than driving down there with him, and he danced the whole way.
Remember when he picked us up from LA that night?
The whole way. It was like 6 hours and some change. It took to get from Redding to Long Beach.
And that little Kia Sophia.
Yeah, and going 100+ miles all the way through, pretty much. Just flicking his high beams and people dancing behind the wheel. I'm in the passenger seat for like the first 100 miles. My asshole you could have shoved a piece of coal up there and got a diamond before we got home. You know what I mean? But after that, I was just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I was at peace with my maker at that point.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fuck it. If we gotta go, we gotta go. You know what I mean?
That's when you rode down with him and he came right back.
Yeah, we went down to get a little piece.
Yeah. I remember that, yeah. That's Dave.
He didn't want to drive alone.
Yeah, that's Dave though. Now he got that fucking Mitsubishi, whatever, fast fucking street legal race car and shit. But once again, that's his thing. Like you said,
I'm not a slow driver, but I'm not a fast driver like that. You know what I mean? Like I can't, you know, I'm never, like, you ain't gonna catch me really doing 65 unless I have to stay in a lane. But you ain't gonna catch me going over 75.
Hey, ladies,
like,
I will tell you, like I tell you.
You ain't gonna catch me doing 80, 85, 90, no way. And I don't give a fuck what the fuck I'm driving.
Ladies, you can look at me and tell I'm built for comfort, not speed. You know what I'm saying? So my motto is...
That also depends on whether he's on the top or the bottom, because that comfort is going to change. Comfort level changes depending on the angle. You know what I'm saying? If his legs are on you, you're good.
Right.
You're good. You know what I'm saying? This man's lower half of his body weighs in ounces. Littlest legs on the biggest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life.
But that's just like you said, the different personalities and the different things of people, and like Brick Baby having his net worth regardless of what it's worth, or just people who you think.
It's just like back in the day when Nate Dogg robbed the fucking Taco Bell.
What the fuck are you thinking?
Like, you're fucking Nate Dogg.
Yeah, well,
like, this motherfucker was high.
Yeah.
He had to be.
Or drunk.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because I'm like, there's no. I mean, I get that you're a street dude. You know what I mean? But like at the same time, it's like, man, I guess coming from it, because we can all have our opinion coming from our perspective, from the side of the street we're standing on watching. You know what I mean? I'm thinking that way because I'm the have-not. You know what I mean? I'm like, if I had, I would not act that way. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But that's me.
But if
some people are wired different, and I get that. But it's still,
isn't that why you do it?
What makes sense to me?
Why we're doing this? Why we work? Why we do stuff is to better our situation, to better ourselves, to get away from something, to make it better. So, if you're talented like these dudes are, and they can make a better way for themselves, why would you want to start earning that type of money and go backwards? It's like, it kind of doesn't make no sense. Like,
some people self-sabotage, though.
And I guess that's exactly what it is.
It's just like we were talking about people that, you know, that are in the pen forever and get out and act stupid. And it's like, why would you do that? Well, because like maybe you're not comfortable anywhere outside because you're so programmed, you're so institutionalized that you only feel comfortable running your program the way you were in there. As much as you talk about freedom, you get it, and it's like, it's different. You're like, I mean, imagine being away for 15 years. How much the world changes in 15 years? How much technology changed from today 15 years ago? You know what I mean?
Just how much it changed from a year ago.
Right? And it gets quicker every year. You know what I mean? So the culture shock is crazy. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, like you said, man, you run a certain program in there, dude. A lot of these motherfuckers that were like really in there, really involved in the whole gang shit in the prisons and shit, they've done shit. They've had to do shit. They've been, you know what I'm saying, been shanked or had to shank somebody or had to kill somebody or almost been killed. The motherfuckers tried to kill them. Been in a riot. You know what I mean? You never know. Like, people that are down that long, they see shit and they're in shit.
I've had conversations with some of the homies that get out of the pen and they got some stories.
So the self-sabotage comes from like they just start thinking, I'm not going to make it out here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm safer in there because you know what I mean? At least there, you know what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? Now here it's a new world. And you catch somebody fresh out, they're still like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it makes sense
like,
now.
I got dudes like, you know, hey man, can't be walking behind me like that. I'm like, yeah, my jacket's over here, bro. I just got out. Okay, yeah, but you're out. Calm down. I ain't got no shank. You know what I mean? I'm just grabbing my jacket. Like, relax. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's so embedded because, dude, every minute, motherfuckers worried about somebody walking behind them.
Makes sense.
And so, you know, it makes you a different person out here, and it's like you're.
Because the thing
that's why you see people go back and go back and go back and go back.
The thing that happened to Alvin, and I won't get into it. I don't like people behind me, or I don't like sitting with my head to a window. So
I get it. It's not my first thing, but at the same time, you know, we take that for granted out here.
Well, yeah, most definitely.
Because, you know what I mean, you just walk through the mall, people are walking next to you, behind you.
Yeah.
Oops, excuse me, bumping into you and all that shit that would, you know, would cause like a major problem inside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you throw a person that's in that mentality into that setting, fresh out, and they're freaking the fuck out in their brain. You know, like